Have you ever just stopped and looked around at the world, at our cities and our technology, and just wondered, how? Out of the millions and millions of species on this planet, how did our species, Homo sapiens, end up running the whole show? It is a huge question with an answer that goes back billions of years. So what exactly is it that makes us so special? Let's figure it out.
Okay, so to kick things off, I've got a question for you. And it might sound a little weird at first, but just go with me on this for a second. Are you a great ape?
Well, the answer is yeah, a big, fat, scientific yes. And here's the thing people get wrong all the time. We didn't evolve from apes, we are apes. We're just one member of the club, right alongside orangutans, gorillas, and our closest living relatives, chimpanzees and bonobos.
So to really understand what makes us unique, we've got to start with what makes us the same. Let's take a look at our shared family traits.
All right, first things first, a little biology housekeeping. What's the dead simple way to tell a monkey from an ape? It's easy. Just look at the back end. Apes, no tails. And that simple fact right there puts us humans squarely in the ape club.
So, what else do we all have in common? Well, a whole lot, actually. All of us great apes have these larger bodies, and of course, big brains. Our faces and our teeth are built in a really similar way. And maybe most importantly, we have a very particular parenting style. We have one single baby at a time, and we pour a ton of time and energy into raising them.
And check this out. This really shows you what that investment looks like. An orangutan mom, she waits 7 to 8 years between babies. That's incredible. Gorillas, chimps, and even our own early human ancestors, they were more in the 4 to 5 year range. And why? Well, it's because our babies are born completely helpless. They need years to learn the ropes from their moms. This whole slow and steady parenting strategy, it's a hallmark of our entire group.
Okay, so if we share so much with our ape cousins, is the answer just that we're smarter? Is that our big secret? Well, you might be surprised. It's really not that simple, because the animal kingdom is absolutely packed with geniuses.
So here's one of the clever ways scientists try to measure high-level intelligence. It's called the mirror test. It's a fascinating experiment. You basically let an animal get used to seeing itself in a mirror. Then, when it's not looking, you sneakily put a little colored dot on its forehead. The big question is, when it looks in the mirror again, does it realize that dot is on itself?
And this is where it gets really interesting. Who passes this thing? Well, no surprise, all the great apes pass. They see the dot in the mirror and use their hands to touch their own forehead. But so do elephants. They'll investigate it with their trunks. And dolphins, they'll swim over and try to scrape the dot off on the side of their tank. So this high-level self-awareness, it's not just a human thing. It's not even just a primate thing.
And get this one always blows my mind. There are specific computer tests for short-term memory where chimpanzees consistently beat humans. Yeah, you heard me right. Our closest cousins are better than us at certain memory games. So if it's not simply that our brains are superior across the board, then what on earth is it?
Well, the answer starts to come into focus when we stop looking at what's inside our skulls and start looking at how our bodies are built. There is one fundamental physical advantage that sent us down a totally different evolutionary path. Now, you might be thinking it's our hands, right? These 10 incredible fingers. But, like we've said, other great apes have 10 digits too. They can make simple tools, they can manipulate things, so that can't be the whole story.
No, this is it. This is the absolute game changer. We are the great ape that stood up. The simple act of walking on 2 legs, what we call bipedalism, was a revolutionary step that freed up the most powerful tools any animal has ever had, our hands.
And you can literally see it in our skeletons. For the other great apes, their arms are longer than their legs, perfectly suited for walking on all fours. But us, our arms are shorter than our legs. That's a specific adaptation that makes walking upright way more efficient. That single shift in posture, it unlocked a whole new world of possibilities for tool use, for carrying, for completely transforming the world around us.
Okay, so we've got this unique physical advantage, but that's only half the puzzle. To really understand why this led to us dominating the entire planet, we have to talk about timing. And to do that, we're going to do something kind of fun. We're going to map the entire 4.5 billion year history of Earth onto your body.
All right, I seriously want you to try this with me. If you can, stand up and stretch your arms out wide, fingertip to fingertip. Imagine that wingspan is all of time. Got it? Okay, let's start way over at your left fingertips. That's the very beginning, 4.5 billion years ago. Earth is just a hot, volcanic mess. Now slide your focus down to your left forearm.
We're at 3.8 billion years ago, and the very first teeny tiny single-celled life appears. Keep going, all the way to your left armpit. That's about 1 billion years ago, when the atmosphere finally filled with oxygen. Now jump across your chest to your right elbow. 750 million years ago, we get the first life made of more than one cell. Travel down to your right wrist. Boom, disaster strikes, the Permian extinction, 225 million years ago. And now, focus on just the last knuckle of your right middle finger. That's 65 million years ago, the moment an asteroid wiped out the dinosaurs.
Let's just pause on that Permian extinction at your wrist for a second. We are talking about a catastrophe that wiped out up to 95% of all life on the planet. I mean, it is almost impossible to imagine. But, these massive extinctions, they create opportunities.
After the dinosaurs were gone, mammals, who had been these little rodent-like creatures hiding in the shadows, suddenly had an entire planet of empty real estate to move into. That whole period, 63 million years, becomes the age of mammals. And all of that vast, sprawling history is contained in the tiny little space on your finger, from that last knuckle to the very tip of your nail.
Now for the final, truly mind-bending part of this whole thing. Where do we, with our big brains and our two-legged advantage, where do we fit into this epic timeline?
I want you to think about everything that makes us human. The first tool makers, the first speakers, the first artists, the entire evolutionary journey of our genus Homo, going all the way back 2 million years,
is represented by a single scrape of a nail file off the tip of your fingernail, an invisible little speck of dust that falls to the floor. In the grand scheme of Earth's 4.5 billion year history, that's us. That's everything we have ever been.
So why us? It wasn't just one thing. It was a perfect storm. We're the great ape that stood up, which freed our already clever hands to change the world. But crucially, we emerged with a massive dose of good timing after those giant extinctions cleared the way for mammals like us to thrive. It's a story of anatomy, of ability, and just incredible luck.
And that leaves us with a pretty sobering thought, doesn't it? Our reign, which feels so absolute and so permanent, is just a fleeting moment in the grand cosmic scale. We are the nail dust. So the real question we have to ask ourselves is, what do we do with our moment? And what comes next?